Good morning. Happy Sunday. Just reading some of your comments. For those who can't see the comments, um, this is a live YouTube, and so therefore people can comment. One, I'd like to say thank you so much for commenting. And I'd like to say to Shirley Green, my goodness, that's what I call loyalty. There she is driving along in her car, coming down to South and still trying to watch. So I do hope your signal stays, Shirley. So thank you very much. And we are on May the 7th, 2023. So that means if you're watching this in the future, this is the day after King Charles III was crowned. And what a spectacular occasion that was. Very much a royalist here. So I sat glued from early till late, had a lovely time watching all the pomp and circumstance. The British, we know how to do it. We know how to do it. So, okay, I have got the May card kit for you today. Now, I know that the April card kit was a couple of weeks late, so it isn't that long since we've had a card kit. However, we want to get back on track because I usually do it the first Sunday of each month, and therefore that is today. And so this little collection here will make us into a lovely little card. So this is all the bits and pieces that you will get. You will be getting some clotted cream card. I've hidden that because it's a bit bright. You'll get some gold mirror card. You'll get some antique copper card. You'll get a scalloped cream card as well, ivory cream. It's a 7x7, and I haven't seen a 7x7 card of this sort of pattern, and I thought it looked quite nice. So that's the one that I've gone with as your card blank today, or this time I should say. And I have them available as a pack as well, the card blanks, just in case that people like me thought, oh, I like the idea of that. We have then got a die that you will get, which is the Sue Wilson Mini Striplet Infinity, which is a set of 2 dies, an outer and an inner, which gives a really pretty area. So that will show you that. You will get some ribbon. You will get a scalloped circle. Now this is actually from a Spellbinders set, bring that in so that you can see it, called Elliptical Ovals. Just thought was a nice delicate edge, and so you will get that already pre-cut. And you will also get pre-stamped these sentiments. I will be showing you those in a minute. They're not new, they are Julie Hickey banner sentiments, but I just think that they're just the most useful thing ever to have. I think I've mentioned it before. So I've popped a set of those in as well. And you've got now, cleverly, well, probably not so cleverly hidden, is the one that I've used. But you get this lovely set of toppers. So they are scalloped oval ornate toppers. No, they're not ornate ones, they're the ordinary ones, but scalloped. You get a selection of 9 different ones, so that gives you a huge choice. You haven't got your blank cards to do 9 different lots, but nevertheless, you have got a lot of choice going on there. So you've got 5 which are with the cottages and 4 which are with the cottages plus your sentiment. So if you're going to use those ones with your sentiments, you either need to choose the sentiment that works well with the sentiment that you've got there, because 2 sentiments don't always work well. You don't want 2 lots of happy birthday. Or you might just want to leave your other sentiment out altogether. But that gives you a lovely choice. I think the patterns on here are really pretty, aren't they? Lovely little cottages. So they do need to be slightly snipped. So they are connected in such a way that they just need your scissors to just go in there and just snip that. 1, 2. I will use this one, obviously. 3, And oh, that one's almost come out anyway, but I just want to snip it so it's nice and central. So that is your topper that you can use. So we'll pop them to one side because we do not need those at the moment. The only thing that you will need to add is your glue, a bit of foam, and also you'll need some double-sided tape. Now I'm going to use the power tape, the 9mm one. This is to attach my ribbon, but you could use a smaller one, or you could use just some ordinary double-sided tape, but the extra strong is, I think, probably safest to be sure. Okay, so let us, without further ado, pop those bits to one side for the minute, and let's just make up the card itself. So this is our 7x7 card blank, and I just need to cut out the mats and layers which are here. So the first mat, or the first layer, let's grab hold of that one, is the antique copper, and I'm going to cut that piece to 16 centimetres squared. I'm going to bring in my cutter. I'm going to take this edge to the 16 centimetre side and just run that along and turn it round 16 centimetres again on that edge here. No need to measure or mark or anything else other than that. So that's my 16-inch, no it isn't, 16 centimetre square first layer. Then I'm going to take my clotted cream and I'm going to cut that piece to 15.5. 15.5 there and 15.5 there. So now we've got our first layers, if I pop them together, already done. Okay, so that's all the cutting we need. That's good. So I'm now going to take my other piece of clotted cream and I'm going to take my die and cut some pieces from this. Let's bring in the infinity die. So that is your actual die package, and you can see that you have got 2 dies. So you've got your outer frame and then you've got your inner piece. So this piece hasn't got anything that cuts out an outer rim, so you could make a wider border. You could join them together, but this one will define quite where it wants to be. So that's what I'm going to do for that. So for the white, for the clotted cream piece, I need 2 pieces that are just plain using the outside piece. So I'm going to pop that there and run that one through once. And from this other bit that we had left over, I can just about get that one as well. Being a bit frugal, because that gives you then enough to be able to do one more card if you wanted. Can you hear it crunching? Oh. So that's one piece. Yeah, just about fits in. So let's do that piece as well. So that was from the leftover piece that we cut. Just running that through. So then we've got 2 pieces like that. And then we're going to take our inner die as well as the outer piece, and we're going to cut from the gold mirror card. So again, the amount of gold mirror card that you're given, a whole sheet, is enough to do quite a few of these, which makes it even more realistic and reasonably priced, I think. So those 2 go together like that. Let's bring in a gold mirror. I'm going to blind you, I'm afraid, but sorry about the blinding. I'm going to just cut that a little bit so that we're not quite so blinded. Now, you won't be needing to do that, but I'm just trying to stop it from really making you, well, especially this early on a Sunday morning. Do you know, I was thinking about the royal couple and things. And I thought, gosh, can you imagine having all that yesterday and then thinking, oh, wouldn't it be nice to have a lie-in after all that? But no, off they are again today and tomorrow and the days before. No, not my job, I'm afraid. So there we go. I'm going to pop that through. And then you will see how really pretty this is. Very, very delicate and makes a background, but it could be used for all sorts of different occasions. Let's just bring that through. We'll just check before we go any further, make sure it has all cut out, but you can see that it has there. I'm going to take my brush and just take out as many pieces as I can. And then take that one there, push out the bigger pieces, and then pop that onto there and run that one through again. Because we need 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm just going to push out these extra pieces. As you can see, they've cut out really well. Hold on. And again, just check before you remove everything that they will all cut out nicely. That takes the worst of them out, and then we can push the rest of them out separately. So whilst I'm actually doing this, let me tell you, the kit comes with all the bits and pieces that you see today, and it's available on the maximumcrafts.com website, and it is under a couple of sections. It's either under the Facebook Live section or it's under the monthly card kit section. It's available while stocks last. Some of the items have been limited, I'm afraid, but bear with me on that, because I'm hoping that I might be able to get a few bits and pieces that were a little bit limited. And they will start dispatch to you from the 10th of May, which is Wednesday. So obviously tomorrow here is a bank holiday, and just to give us enough time to get things all out to you, it will be going out from Wednesday. So hopefully it'll be dropping on your doorstep by the end of the week. You will receive the card, as I said, so you will have some bits that will be excess, so you've got a few to go on with. And yeah, I'm hoping that you like it. I thought I would do the cream version as a little bit different. When you're putting your dies through, just meant to say that, do make sure that it's going to go through that way through the machine instead of going through that way. You've got a much better chance of it cutting all nice and evenly out. So hopefully, if I've got all the bits out, you'll be able to see that that is a really pretty, isn't it? Very delicate. It's called Infinity. I think it's because that sort of this bit here is supposed to be like an infinity knot. Am I right in saying that? Maybe not. I think I am. Oh, maybe not. Ha ha ha. There you are. Right, so I'm bringing my panels here, and as you can see, obviously they are going to fit right over the top. So I'm going to attach those. I'm going to take my fine nozzle glue. I have to wait and be patient for it to come down, but I'm not going to worry about putting glue all over these infinity knots. I'm only going to be putting it on the outside so that obviously it gets a chance to stay stuck, and you could use your ordinary spray glue if you wanted, but I don't think it's necessary to go any further than just going on the outside pieces here myself. So just down here, might put a little bit on the bottom bits. Whilst I'm there, let's just do this one as well. So these two pieces get stuck absolutely directly onto the clotted cream background pieces. And again, this is where this die would make a beautiful, all different colours would look lovely with this one. And let's just pop the lid. Hold on. Back onto there for a minute. And as I said, this fits directly on. Give it time to grab and a bit of wriggle room to make sure that it's absolutely on there. And then this one on top of here. So just like that. So you don't have to measure anything. You only have to run that die through your die set. Try not to screw it up like I've just done, but fortunately we'll be putting, guess what, some foam onto the background there so that will keep it nice and flat, and it'll give it just a little bit of dimension when we put it onto our card front. So just a little bit there. Okay, let's trim that little bit off. So those are our two pieces ready to go there. Now we just need to do our card front. So hold on a second. So we've got our card front. Well, we should have, because I don't know what I've done with it now. There it is, hiding. So we've got our card elliptical oval, and we've got the topper that we've chosen. Now, I don't know about you, but I have found that ovals are the hardest shaped die to match up with anything. Do you know what I mean? A square is a square is a square, isn't it? Doesn't matter what measurement that you are making it, a square is a square and a circle is a circle. But an oval and a rectangle, seems to me you can make them in various different ways. You can get skinny ovals, fat ovals, all sorts. So I found it rather difficult to find a background that fitted with the foreground that was the right shape. This one is it. But I found that the smaller die was not going to show it all. The next size down of this elliptical oval was not going to show this piece in all its glory. So therefore, I decided, tempted and suggested by my friend, that we add a little bit of a ribbon. So I'm going to take this piece, so this is the topper, I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put some of my double-sided power tape all around the edge, fairly close to it. Now, as I'm going round, I will need to it's going to cross over slightly. Can you see what I mean? So that I'm actually twisting it here a bit. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because when we pull off the blue piece, she says, hopefully, that twist just gets taken along with it. Okay, you'll see what I mean in a second. So I'm just sticking that down just randomly and trying to get as close to the edge as I can, but I don't want to go over the top of the edge, so that you've got it like that. Okay, then I'm going to grab my pokey tool, and I'm just going to lift the top bit. Come on. All right, then we'll lift it from here. You don't want to play games. There we are. So I'm going to lift that off. And as you can see, where I had those little bits folded, that's absolutely fine. It just pulls off from there. So you're now left with an extra sticky bit around there. Yes, it has got some creases, but no one's going to see that, and it's absolutely fine. So then I'm going to take my piece of organza satin ribbon. So it's organza in the middle, satin on the edges. And I'm going to have a look to see which way round I want my start and finish to be at the bottom of my card, just in case, as if it would be, just in case it's not all that neat. And therefore, I'd rather have the focal point at the bottom where I could possibly even hide it with my sentiment, rather than at the top where it's for all to see. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, as if we'd make a mistake. As if we'd make a mistake. So I'm just going to fold over that start a bit, and I'm sticking it down so that sort of I'm halfway over the edge. So as I'm going round, I'm just going to stick basically the bottom of my ribbon. So you, as I said, you've got like a satin edge and a organza in the middle. So I'm just going round, sticking that satin edge, the bottom satin edge, onto my bit of sticky tape. So, and I can pick it up and move it around. So when you're looking from this side, you can see that you've got that fair amount sticking out. So although this is very strong tape, when we're actually sticking ribbon to it, it's not so much so that you can't then pick it up and move it if it's not showing evenly or whatever. And I'm just sort of bunching it together, not putting a straight piece on it. I'm just giving it a little twist as I'm going round. And you'll be given plenty of ribbon, so you've got plenty there like that. Now I'm going to just chop off the ends, and then I just want to tidy up this piece, and by that I'm just going to fold that onto there. Okay, so you can see what I mean by here. I've just tidied it up so that it's a decent edge. Can you see what I mean there? So this is behind. When we turn it over, we've now got our pretty little cottage with a nice little ruffled ribbon around the outside. I'm then going to pop some foam, got some here, into the centre of my card. I'm going to make it so that it's fairly tight. I'm going to actually put them together because this one is going to sit in between my two panels. Okay, so this bit is going to sit in between. So I've got that all ready to go. And then I'm going to pop that onto my card front, onto my elliptical oval. Let's just, I want it to have enough tape on the back to be able to give it strength. We can't, you know, it gives it a wobbly finish. We don't want wobbly finishes, do we? Oh, morning, Mel. Just got up, love. No, not really. Not really. Right, okay. So I'm going to pop that into the centre of my card. And then hopefully you will see that you have, I've got to hold it down for a second because we're sticking straight onto mirror card, which is always takes a little bit of time. So can you see what I mean here now? That we can see now this pretty little edge. We filled up that gap. Of course, if you don't want to use your ribbon, you don't have to, but it just fills out a nice little gap. And then you've got a nice topper to go in the centre there. So let's put our card together. So we take our card. I'm going to use this time, unusually for me, as a side folding card, as I feel that as the folded edge is a straight one, it does look a bit different if I do it the other way. So we will do it like this. So I'm going to put that on as my first layer. That was my antique copper that was 16 centimetres squared. Then I'm going to go with my clotted cream, which is my second layer. Whoops. That's going to go onto there like that. So that leaves me a little bit of a border all the way around. Then I'm going to bring in my 2 infinity panels. They are going to go something like that, with then my topper is going to go in the middle like that. I'm just going to give myself an idea of where it's going to go. So when I take the backing off of here, I'm going to add a little bit of, a little bit of extra glue, but at the same time, when I'm putting it down, I'm going to be, in order to get it straight, I'm going to be looking at these 2 corners and trying to get it so that I am equal distance from the 2 corners. It is only by eye. See what I mean? Hopefully we've got roughly the same area here, same and same there. If you wanted to be pedantic, you could obviously measure it, but as my mum used to say, a blind man would be pleased to see the difference, but some people like it to be absolutely perfect. Who are we to question? So I'm going to go over to the other side and I'm going to try my best to do the same here again, getting it the same distance all the way around or on these 3 sides, with a gap in the middle where I'm going to put my oval like that. Okay, now I'm going to put my tape back into the centerpiece again here. So let's put 2 pieces to the center, one there and one there. Squash that down. Take these off. Extra little bit of glue onto this. Whoops. Bring this in. Now, if you don't want to put a sentiment, so if you are using one of the other things from your kit, so if you're using one of these ones which has just for you, best wishes, whatever, then I would suggest your placement now should be central, okay, because you only want the one sentiment. But if you're going to be using it so that you're adding your sentiment, I suggest that you put this more up to the top so that you have room for your sentiment down here, well, or at the top, whichever you want. So I'm going to pop it so that it is just there. Okay, just hold that in place. And then although you will actually have the sentiments already done for you, I'm just going to show you how I've done them so that you can see how that works. Let's try not to knock that on the floor, shall we? Yeah. So I'm using the sentiments from Julie Hickey's banner sentiments. They come with the outline banner and the words. And so I've taken a piece of card like so. And I have already done this for you, as I say. I've used vintage sepia in this case. So this is VersaFine vintage sepia. So it gives a nice fine detailed when we're trying to get detailed. So all I've done for you is simply stamped that down. So this will give you 5 sentiments all in one go. So that's your banner dies, outlines I should say, and then the centerpiece comes the words, and you can see that they've got the little locator hearts, as so have these. So it's important that we try and ink those locator marks up as well. And then we bring this over, and those little hearts go right over the top of those little hearts. So we can see as we go down, that is exactly in the right place. And it also comes with a die, to be honest. to be right, because that's the way that I normally do it. And so you simply then get your die, which is like this, locator hearts there, go over the hearts, tape that into position, whoosh, through you go. However, you have not got the die, so you simply then take your scissors and then just cut around onto the lines or just outside the lines to cut your sentiments. So you will have a sheet that looks like this. I have already got some, so let's go for enjoy your special day. No, have the best day ever. Let's go for that. So bringing our card back in again. Now we could just, probably will, just pop it straight down onto the bottom there. But I quite like to mould them a little bit. So I'm just going to run them through my fingers that way. And then I'm just going to curl the other ends the other way so that you've got that sort of little, oh, you can't see it very well, can you? Got that little banner there, like that. And then, depending on whether, so you could, sorry, let's give you, you could pop a little bit of foam in the middle of your card and stick that down there. If you don't, you'll find you've got a saggy middle bit and you don't really want that. So if you're going to put it straight on, then it's foam in the middle, same depth as you've got with these ones, so that it doesn't sit too high or too low. So foam in the middle like that. Or if you want to curl them a bit, we then need to have the glue on these two ends. And that's what I'm going to do, so that it remains that curve. Too much on there. So I'll try and get it central and then stick that one and that one. Just hold on to that for a second. So there is your monthly card kit, your card kit for the month of May. There you go. So you can see with a little bit of, if I show it that way, you can see how that actually sticks out a bit, but you've got a lot of depth going on there. Oops, a lot of depth going on there with all of your foam as well. And I think it could be made for any occasion. It certainly could be made maybe even in different colours, but it should be for a mail card as well, because with a cottage, it could be happy retirement with different sentiments, obviously, all sorts. But it just gives you an idea how you could be doing this for your card kit. So as I said, in your card kit, you will receive the card blank, an A4 sheet of antique copper, clotted cream and gold mirror card. You'll have a pre-cut elliptical oval. You'll have a full sheet of 9 different cottage toppers. You will have a full sentiment stamp, so you've got enough of 5 different ones there, and you will have a piece of organza ribbon, so that if you wish to put that ruffled edge on, you can. And of course you don't have to, but I think it just makes it look a little bit different. So I do hope that you've enjoyed the monthly card kit for the month of May. As I said, available now over on maximumcrafts.com website, under either Facebook Live or monthly card kits. Dispatching from Wednesday. Also on Wednesday, I hope you can join me again at 6 p.m. UK time, when I will be showing you all the latest news, all the latest products that will be coming out that day. Look forward to showing you them. Very exciting. So thank you very much, everybody. I do hope you have the rest of a nice day. It's supposed to be sunny all here from midday, so it's got about 25 minutes, I reckon. And if it's not, I'm going to put in a complaint, because of all the flipping rain we had yesterday. We don't need another day like that, do we? So take care. Shirley, I hope you got signal. Oh, it did. Shirley, well done. Safe journey. Anyone that's feeling poorly, including our lovely June Smith, who I'm not sure, but I don't think she's here today because she's really not very well. So sending good wishes and get well hugs to our Jill. Jill. That's because I looked at the thing and said, saw Jill, to our June. So thank you very much, everyone. Take care and see you Wednesday. Bye.